Hey everyone, and welcome. So you're getting ready for your exams, right? Well, you are definitely in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to do a quick review of the present simple grammar that you covered back in Unit 3 of your coursebook. Let's make sure you're all set.
So, we're going to go through these grammar points one by one. We'll take a look at how to actually build the sentences and, just as important, when you should be using them. Sound good? Let's dive right in.
First up, we're starting with the simplest sentence structure you saw in your book. These are sentences that don't have a direct object. So, they're pretty straightforward. Let's see what that looks like.
Okay, so take a look at this table from your book. The structure is super simple. All we need is a subject, like I or they, and then we follow it with a verb, like work or stay. Now, if you want to make that sentence negative, you just slide the word don't in right before that verb.
So, let's break that down real quick. For a positive sentence, it's just subject plus the verb. I work. Easy. For a negative sentence, it's subject, then don't, then the verb. We don't work. And remember, we use this tense when we're talking about things that are facts or things we do regularly, like habits.
All right, it's your turn to try this out. We've got this sentence, they stay in a private room. So how would you make that sentence negative? Go ahead, pause the explainer for a second, and say your answer out loud.
And the answer is, they don't stay in a private room. You got it. We just pop don't right in front of the verb stay. Simple as that. Okay, now that we've got that basic structure down, let's add another piece to the puzzle. We're going to add an object to our sentences. Now, what's an object? Well, it's just the thing that receives the action of the verb. So here's our new structure: subject, verb, and now an object. For example, some hospitals have, what do they have? Maternity care. Or how about what do I like? My job. See, maternity care and my job are the objects. And the best part, the rule for making it negative is exactly the same. We still just add don't.
All right, you know what to do. Here's a positive sentence. Psychiatrists provide health services. Your mission is to make it negative. Go on, pause here and give it a shot.
Ready for the answer? It is, psychiatrists don't provide health services. Fantastic. And why is it don't? Because our subject, psychiatrists, is plural. It's like they. Great job.
You're doing so well. Okay, let's make our sentences even better now by adding some extra details, information about where or when something is happening. The big question is, where does this extra information actually go in the sentence?
This breaks it down perfectly for us. See, we have our subject, patients, our verb, order, and our object, medication, just like before. And then that extra information, the part that tells us where, it just goes right at the end. Patients order medication at the pharmacy.
Now, there is one little exception to watch out for. Sometimes, especially when you're talking about a place, this extra info can actually go right at the start of the sentence. The absolute key here is to remember that comma right after it. So, in Malawi, the government provides free healthcare.
Okay, everybody, listen up, because this next part is maybe the single most important rule for the present simple. This is the one people forget. It's all about what happens when our subject is singular. Like he, she, it, or even a nurse.
This comparison chart makes it super clear. Look over on the left. With plural subjects like nurses or with I and we, the verb just stays the same, no change. But now, look at the right side. For singular subjects like he, she, or a patient, we have to add that really important S to the end of the verb. Want becomes wants. Provide becomes provides. You see?
Okay, let's put this rule to the test. Here's the sentence. He, blank, get a general checkup every year. Our subject is he. So what's the correct form of the verb get? Pause for a moment and say your answer.
The correct answer is gets. He gets a general checkup every year. Just remember that simple rule. For he, she, or it, the verb gets an S. You're doing awesome.
All right, you have now seen all the key rules from Unit 3. It's time for a quick practice run to put it all together and see what you remember. You ready?
Here we go. First one. The sentence is, some hospitals not have maternity care. Our subject is some hospitals. What's the right negative form here? And the answer is don't have. Some hospitals don't have maternity care. Because the subject hospitals is plural, we use don't. Well done. Okay, on to the next one. The government spend a lot of money on healthcare.
The subject is the government. Now, think about that important S rule. What's the correct form of the verb?
The answer is spends. The government spends. Why? Because the government is a single thing. It's an it. So the verb needs that S. Excellent work.
And you made it to the end. That was fantastic work. Let's just do a super quick summary of the main points you really want to remember for your exam.
Okay, so here are the 3 crucial things. First, for I, you, we, and they, just use the normal base verb. No changes. Second, if you need to make something negative, it's easy. Just use don't plus the verb. And third, the big one. For he, she, or it, you have to remember to add that S to the verb. Don't forget it.
And that's a wrap. I really hope you found this grammar review helpful. For more explainers like this to help you with your studies, make sure you subscribe to our channel and press that little bell icon so you don't miss a thing. From all of us here, the very best of luck with your exams.